Good morning, or technically for me, good afternoon, because I woke up late. Welcome back to mediocre spots and mediocre shots, because today I'm going to be explaining to you how I find photo spots in my very small neighborhood in the middle of nowhere. This is actually extremely close to the house I grew up in. As you can see, there's a fuck ton of nothing in this particular area of northern Missouri. And I'm okay with saying where I'm from because I won't live here very much longer. This is actually one of the very many videos I am recording today just to pump out some content while I go to California, where I will be recording. And the week after I get back, I get to move to Utah. So cool shit coming. I'm actually super stoked to move to Utah because there's a couple of friends of mine who are photographers who live out in that area. I'm going to be explaining to you how I find photo spots in my particular area. And it's pretty simple for me. It's just drive. As you saw from the intro, it's how I have to get to literally every fucking photo spot on the planet, at least in this section of the world. Very, very desolate here. Not a whole lot of shit going on. Not a lot of cool shit either to shoot. Mostly just have like abandoned buildings and shit, which is cool. Another amazing way to find photo spots near you, or at least concepts for photos. Google is a fucking awesome tool to use. If you want to find a really cool abandoned building or just like something of that nature, like a cool sunset spot somewhere with elevation, which is fucking rare here, so it's kind of hard to find. If you want to find like overlooks or outlooks near you. If you live in a city, this video is pretty much completely fucking useless because you can just walk outside and just see cool shit all the time. I love street photography, but street photography is fucking hard when all the streets where I live look like this. And I'm moving to an even more rural area in Utah, but at least there's fucking mountains there, so those look cool. And also I like shooting cars in mountainscape areas. Thank you for actually sticking around some of these videos. The last video did fucking awesome for some reason. I don't know why. That video took me like 2 weeks to edit because I was sick in between it and I just couldn't find motivation to actually edit. Last week was just like a portrait shoot of myself, so just doing self-portraits, and I am not a fucking huge fan of me being in front of a camera. I'm currently in front of a phone, which makes this whole like interaction way easier. Shoot videos, man. Edit videos. Even if they are just of yourself and you're alone, fucking 95% of the videos that I even upload are alone. I think I've had like 2-3 videos where there was even another person featured in the video. My wife was one of them. One of my friends who's a painter, which that video was fun as fuck to shoot. I love that video. And the other video that for some reason popped off a little bit more than all the videos before that was the car photography video I took with one of my friends named Tyler. I don't know why it worked out as well as it did. It got like 100 views and stopped, which is fucking awesome compared to what most of my videos get. Like I said, find a camera, find a fucking way to shoot a video. If you want to shoot videos, if you want to shoot photos, that's fucking awesome. Do that. You're not gonna fucking get a photo or a video if you don't just at least try to record one. Thank you guys for watching. I will now skip to the other in the fucking chair me at a different location where I will explain to you a photo that I took in that particular location. Some of you may recognize this location from a previous video that I did, which was my abandoned building series that I did. This particular place I found purely just because I had lived near here. So I knew of the abandoned house that's in those woods and the barn that's next to it. I will be showing photos of it while I'm talking. You may recognize that tree because I did a shot. I believe all of those were in monochrome or black and white because I didn't account for the fact that it was gonna be sunny as fuck like it is today. Those are some of my favorite photos from that video. It was actually really fun. I liked that video because I was just literally driving around finding abandoned shit. Like old abandoned shit is cool to fucking take photos of, man. Sorry if I do keep looking behind me. I am in the middle of a fucking road. Cars exist. There's not very many of them come down this way during this time of day, or hardly ever at all anyway, except for like harvest season. I would go down to the abandoned cabins, which I'll show here. Some of those shots were pretty awesome. I really like that red cabin. It's right next to the Mississippi or the Des Moines River. I'm really not sure which one it is. I didn't really look up which one because there's so many fucking rivers here that I kind of forget where they are. This place wouldn't look very assuming for photos, man, but there's plenty of fucking places in your area that you can make an interesting composition and make it work for at least an interesting photo to look at. I mean, look where I'm at. There ain't shit here. There's never been shit here except for like 110 years ago when all of these like houses and shit were built. And that's before everybody realized that where I'm currently sitting is a fucking flood zone. There's nothing here, man. There's a bunch of abandoned shit because people realize this place fucking sucks. And then they just dipped out and just didn't come back. There's plenty of places like hell. Even, this place is fucking amazing. It's awesome. This is a cool fucking transition though, wasn't it? This place, I took so many fucking awesome photos, man. Like, it's a great place. There's a little abandoned whatever the fuck. Here's a photo of that. Sorry, I am talking into the wind this time, which kind of sucks, but it's cool shit. I shot birds that were here. There's a shit ton of, I don't know if you can see it in the video because this is recorded on a phone, so like those little white specks out in the water. Those are all swans, dude. I wish I had a fucking like telephoto lens, but I don't. Here's another thing about all of my photos that you see taken on my Sony. Those are all taken on a 55mm 1.8 Zeiss lens. It's an amazing lens. I got it with the camera when I traded some airsoft guns for those beautiful, sweet pixels that I can manipulate later. All you have to do, man, is just go and fucking drive. Figure out where shit is. Google parks near you. Even like national parks. Go to those. They're fucking known for being gorgeous. They're awesome. There's a couple near me. I just don't go to them because nature photography isn't really my whole shtick. Still trying to figure out whatever I'm like primarily shooting. I love portraits. I love shooting portraits. That's the one thing I figured out from that video I did with my buddy Dylan. This photo right here, this photo that you are currently looking at is my favorite photo I have ever taken. And it's a black and white portrait of a friend of mine smoking a cigarette with a fancy holder right after he just got done finishing a painting. Those shots, to me, love those. It's fucking awesome. I also love landscape photos, dude. Landscapes are awesome. Like this photo that I took at a local fucking lake, man-made, which you could tell from all the fucking trees still in the water. And the water line was just level with the bank on the trees because the lake had been like half drained. And it looked awesome. And the color difference between the bottom of the trees versus the top of the trees to me was really cool. All you have to do, man, is just get out and drive around. Find cool spots. Like I said before, if you're in a city, look up interesting areas near me, like interesting photo locations near me. Other photographers post shit around that area. I didn't have any idea when I first started photography, which I will show you some of the very earliest photos I ever took, and it's these ones. And I took them on my dad's old Nikon D40. They're decent photos. They're not awesome by any stretch of the imagination, but it was fun. That camera doesn't have a fucking back screen to look at the image before you expose for it. It's almost like shooting film on digital. It is so fucking barbaric to use compared to what I use now. And what I use now isn't like insane quality or that good anyway. The D40 was ass. It came with a couple of lenses because my dad was like super into photography for a bit. I only got into photography after my dad died. My dad passed away. It was December 5th, 2021 was the day that my dad passed away from a brain aneurysm while I was gone in California. I had shown interest in photography before that just because I love cinematic style shit. This is why you're seeing me shoot this in a 1.55 stretch resolution on a fucking anamorphic lens on my phone. Is because I love this look. It's almost like a nostalgic feeling. And I want most of my photos to emulate that, which is why the photo with my buddy Dylan is one of my favorite fucking pictures ever. It's because it just looked so good to me. And it gave me that nostalgic feeling. Hunt for that when you're doing anything related to like photographing anything or like videoing anything. Make it what you want it to be. It's super fun. People who just look at you all weird and be like, oh well, there's that weirdo with a camera. Thousands of people do this shit. Every fucking one of the people that are going, oh, I can't believe you make photos and video content. You do it with fucking Instagram every day. All those people that make fun of you for, oh, you're just taking a camera out everywhere, taking snappy little photos, it's not gonna get you anywhere. Neither is your fucking Instagram page, Becky, but I didn't give a fuck about any of that shit either. I don't know anybody named Becky. That was just a random name I pulled out of the air. If you want to fucking photograph like street photography shit of people having like awesome days, just going up to a market, taking photos, that's fucking cool. And people that look at you weird because you have a camera, they have a supercomputer in their fucking pocket that takes photos and nobody bats a fucking eye when anybody pulls out a phone. But if you pull out a camera, they must think immediately that you're a professional and they want to know what you're doing. Fuck them. Show them your photos if they are like genuinely interested in what you do. Show them your Instagram, show them a portfolio if you have one. It's fucking awesome. You don't get to do any of that shit if you don't just start doing it. It's easy to find spots to photograph. It may look daunting at first. I still look for I found 2 photo spots on the drive here. There's one right over this levee of an old abandoned truck that I'm probably about to go photograph just because it looks cool. And I'm not gonna record me doing it. That's the other thing. You don't have to document every photo that you take on a video just to prove that you took it. Just take a photo, share it. If you don't want to share it, you just want to keep it because it looks cool, fucking do that. Who cares? It's what you want to do, man. This is not like rocket science shit. It's just fun. If you're doing it in the mindset of getting it to a business, you can do that. You can network with other people, other photographers. Other people will eventually, if you are good, and you will become good. If you practice shooting videos, shooting photos, eventually somebody will notice. And you can and will make money from this. I haven't made any fucking money from what I do at all. I just do this for fun. I'm fucking around. I've met some of the coolest fucking people on the planet. Like my buddy, Jordan, not my brother, a different dude that lives relatively close to where I'm about to move now. He just had an amazing shoot. I won't get into any details in case any of it's like NDA or whatever the fuck. I don't know what he was doing. But they were like putting cars on top of buildings, shooting shit. It was fucking awesome. None of that happens if you don't go and look for a spot to photograph. If you want to become a wedding photographer, first of all, good luck to you, because fuck, man, I don't have the ability to be a wedding photographer. I really don't. I'm harsh with words. I'm very outspoken about how I feel most of the time, even when I don't want to or mean to. If you want to do that, if you want to be a car photographer, if you want to be a fucking portrait photographer for corporate events or whatever the fuck you want to take pictures of, whatever your passion is, real estate photos for fuck's sake, do that. Do any of that. But none of it happens if you don't go find places to photograph or if you don't find ways to improve your photography by taking photos. Just go out, take photos, man. It's awesome. It's fun. I love all of you guys for sticking around in this video as long as you have, if you are still here. If you are still here, thank you so fucking much for watching this. I genuinely love doing this. It is one of my favorite things to do. It's all I think about for the most part. I have a whole shot book in my car. It's literally a sketchbook, like a big fat fucking red sketchbook that my wife got me years ago when I was in drawing. Just write down video ideas. I have a whiteboard in my office full of shit. Like I have a video that's a little bit on the darker side probably that won't come out until after I move, but it's a concept idea of me talking to my younger self and my younger self asking me now questions. I just love storytelling. It's fun. I genuinely appreciate anybody that watches these videos. Even though I do them for fun, it's still awesome to know that some people actually engage with the video and it's fucking like reaching someone. I had a couple comments on my last video that said that video itself pushed them to make portrait photos of themselves or just shoot portraits in general, and I fucking love that. I love encouraging other people to do this shit. It's great. And not everything has to be talked about like, oh, you're gonna get paid from doing this. That's not at all my fucking goal. If it happens in the future, that's fucking great. That's cool. I love the idea of being able to work for my own self. Like I would love to work just for me. That's all the time I really have for this video. I do genuinely love all of you who stick around for this long in a video. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Hope you guys have an amazing week. If you did enjoy this video, please like, sub, share, all that shit. All that cringy YouTuber shit. That seems to be my normal outro anymore. I genuinely love all of you for sticking around and watching this shit. This clusterfuck of mediocrity, which is what I wish I could actually name my channel, but I can't because YouTube would get mad at me. Thank you guys for sticking around. Love all of you. Peace. Have a good day.